Hey guys, today is Wednesday, December 12th. I had a couple of you guys requesting on my last video about the different Jewish holidays and what they are for and what they mean and stuff like that. So right now I am at my mom and dad's house because my mom and dad have a bunch of books about Hanukkah. And so I picked one to read you guys. It's like super short. It's like a kid's book. Well, sort of. But it's the story of Hanukkah, because I could try to explain it to you, but I'd be like, well, and then this happened. Oh, wait, that happened first. But then this happened, and then that happened, and I don't know why, so it'd be really confusing. So I'm going to read it to you this way instead. So, the story of Hanukkah. Hanukkah was first celebrated over 2,000 years ago. The Jewish people were living in the land of Israel, which in those days was called Judea. Its capital and most holy city was Jerusalem. For many years, the Jews worked hard to build a beautiful temple there. On Shabbat and the festivals, they came to the temple to pray. They brought baskets filled with fruit and other gifts and put them on the temple altar. I'll show you the pictures. The Jews of Judea were not free. They were ruled by the kings of nearby Syria. For a time, these rulers let the Jews pray to God, celebrate the Jewish holidays, and follow the laws of the Torah. Then a cruel king, Antiochus, came to power. He followed the Greek religion and wanted everyone to believe as he did. He looks kind of pissy, doesn't he? The Greeks of long ago worshipped many gods. They believed there was a god who made the sun shine, another who made the flowers grow, and still another who made it rain and thunder. They believed they knew what their gods looked like and built statues called idols in their homes and temples. The Jews believed then, as they do now, in one God. They believed that you cannot see God and that you cannot build statues or draw pictures of what you think God looks like. The Jews refused to follow the Greek religion. Antiochus expected everyone to obey him. He sent messengers to all the cities of Judea, ordering the Jews to change their names to Greek names, wear Greek clothes, and eat Greek foods. He ordered them to put Greek idols in front of their homes and pray to them. Some Jews obeyed the king's orders because they were afraid to be different, but many refused. Antiochus was very angry at the Jews who would not change. He ordered his soldiers to march into Jerusalem. They destroyed homes and set fires in the streets. They stormed the temple and tore down the holy ark. They built a Greek idol and put it on the temple altar. Many Jews were killed. Others took shelter in nearby villages. The soldiers went from town to town, making sure the king's orders were being followed. One day they came to Modin, a town not far from Jerusalem. They built an idol in the marketplace and called the Jews together to pray to it. The town leader, Mattathias, refused to bow down to the idol. He raised his sword and turned to the people of Modin. He told them he would continue to believe in one God and obey the laws of the Torah. He called on the Jews to follow him. And that's the Torah. Mattathias, his 5 sons, and many of the Jews fought off the soldiers and escaped to the nearby mountains. They knew that to be free, they would have to defeat the king and his army. But Mattathias was old and sick. Before he died, he gathered his sons, Johanan, Simon, Judah, Eleazar, and Jonathan, and blessed them. Hazak ve'amatz, he said to them in Hebrew, be strong and brave. Mattathias appointed his son Judah to be the new leader. Judah was called Maccabee, which means hammer, and his followers became known as the Maccabees. It was hard for Judah to form an army. The Jews were farmers, shepherds, and teachers. They were not trained to be soldiers. They had no uniforms and few weapons. But the Maccabees knew the hills, caves, and countryside of Judea. They could move quickly and were able to surprise the king's army even at night. Most important, they were fighting for something they believed in. Their love for freedom gave them courage, and they fought long and hard. The Maccabees went from village to village, defeating the Syrians and taking their weapons and uniforms. King Antiochus sent more and more soldiers, but the Jews drove them away. Sure, it wasn't quite that easy, but finally the Maccabees reached Jerusalem. They went first to the holy temple. Its walls were crumbling. Weeds were growing in the courtyards. A Greek idol stood on the altar. The Jewish fighters became builders. They scrubbed and polished the stone walls, cleaned the courtyards, and planted new trees. They took away the idols and built a new altar. They found iron spikes and put small torches on them to make a new menorah. At last they were ready to celebrate. On the 25th day of the Hebrew month of Kislev, exactly 3 years after the Syrian soldiers destroyed Jerusalem, the Jews lit the menorah and rededicated the temple. For 8 days they celebrated joyfully. The Maccabees proclaimed that every year the Jews should celebrate a holiday of rededication, now called Hanukkah. Hanukkah is a celebration of miracles. Wonderful things happened which the Jewish people didn't expect. Even though the Maccabees were a very small army with few weapons and no experience, they were able to win over the very large, well-trained Syrian army. This was a miracle. According to legend, when the Jews searched for a special pure oil needed to light the menorah, they were able to only find one jug, enough to burn for just 1 day. But the oil lasted and lasted, and the menorah burned brightly for 8 days. This too was a miracle. And then talks about different things like Hanukkah today. All over the world, Jewish families gather each year to celebrate Hanukkah. For 8 nights, they light and bless the festive candles to recall the ancient miracles. They exchange gifts, play dreidel, eat latkes, potato pancakes, and retell the story of the victory of the Maccabees and the little jug of oil that burned for 8 days. In Israel, menorah shines from every office building, school, synagogue, and Jewish home, growing brighter each night as another light is added. At Modin, the ancient home of the Maccabees, torches are lit and carried by runners to cities throughout the land. Torches from Modin are also flown to other countries where they are relit and carried to synagogues and Jewish centers for Hanukkah celebrations. So basically, 1 candle for each night that the menorah burned back in the ancient Jerusalem temple that the Maccabees rebuilt. For us, me personally, I am really what's the word? My favorite part of that story is how they were the underdogs and they fought and fought and fought and defeated the Syrian army anyway. And I can't tell you oh yeah, that definitely happened because I wasn't there. But it's like any other religion, you just believe what you believe, and and I'm all for overthrowing dictators and being true to what you believe. So we light the menorah and play dreidel, and we make latkes, and I can actually show you my parents' menorah if my mom will let me. To run down the stairs though. Mom, can I show your menorah on my video? You don't have to be in the shot. It's still facing me. I just want to show the menorah.
Sure. Yeah. That one or the one up there? Either one.
I don't know.
That was good.
What's the one up there? Oh yeah. Where did you get that one anyway?
I can't remember.
This is the menorah we've had since I was a little kid. And it doesn't have any candles in it right now, obviously. But, can't hold it right. So this is where the middle one, and then you use it to light all the other ones. So, anyway, that's the story of Hanukkah. So I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.